Good evening, finance class. My name is Maggie Piazzi, and the stock I chose for our Value Line project is Union Pacific Corporation. I'd like to start by giving a brief background on Union Pacific. So, the corporation was founded on July 1st, 1862, when President Lincoln signed the Pacific Railway Act. It's now the second largest railway system in the United States and is one of the largest transportation companies in the world. I'm super excited to share with you my research and findings, and I hope you all enjoy it. Thanks. Union Pacific faced many challenges throughout the third quarter, but they had a strong performance overall. Their freight revenues were down across all categories they conduct business in. In addition, freight volumes were also down 8% overall for the quarter. Despite struggling freight revenues, Union Pacific had a record low operating ratio of 59.5%, which is a huge accomplishment, especially considering their significant decrease in volumes. One of their current plans being implemented is called Unified Plan 2020, and it's designed to improve network efficiency, service reliability, and safety of the corporation's operations. Union Pacific recently implemented this plan, and they have already begun to notice significant improvements in their efficiencies. With this, I will now go ahead and explain some of the calculations I found during Part 3 of the Value Line project. The calculations I'll be focusing on are dividend yield, sales per share, average annual dividend yield, and all dividends to net profit, also known as the payout ratio. To get Union Pacific's dividend yield, I pulled the estimated annual dividends for the current year from the Q3 report and divided it by the company's most recent stock price. This was calculated as $2.73 in annual dividends for the current year, divided by $170.39, which is the stock's recent price, to get 1.6. Next, I calculated the sales per share by estimating revenue for Q4 and adding the company's year-to-date revenue, then divided that number by the total number of shares outstanding. After reading through the Q3 report, I learned that Union Pacific's freight volumes are projected to be low across all industries for Q4 as well. This in turn led me to believe that revenues would either stay constant or probably decline. Thus, I added $5,516,000,000 of Q4 revenue to $16,496,000,000 of year-to-date revenue and divided that number by 694.2 million shares outstanding to get $31.71. I then calculated the average annual dividend yield by collecting the annual dividend yield percentages dating back to 2011 and took the average of these percentages to get 2.11%. I gathered this data from Street Insider. The last calculation I'd like to go over is all dividends to net profit, which measures the proportion of a company's profits that are distributed as dividends to shareholders. I found the average dividends per share to be 91 cents and multiplied it by 4 quarters to get the annual dividend as $3.64. I then took $3.64 and multiplied it by 692.4 million shares outstanding to get $2,520,000,000. I then took this number in dividends and divided it by net profit of $6,138,000,000 from the Q3 report to get 41.06%. This high percentage tells us that Union Pacific is a mature company and it paid out a significant amount to its shareholders. In summary, I found the Value Line project to be very challenging yet rewarding. I definitely learned a lot about Union Pacific as a corporation and didn't realize how much of an impact other industries had on the company. I realize now that strong performance in agriculture, industrial, premium, and energy industries is what primarily drives Union Pacific's success as a whole. Thank you for listening and have a great rest of your night.